Hey, this is Time Bomb, and if it's your first time checking out the channel, hit that subscribe button for all the updates. So, what I wanted to talk about today in Madden is the 5 skills that you need for success in the game. This is kind of just my own personal rundown of the 5 areas that I've really tried to focus on to get better at the game, and I've seen some success from doing that, so I just thought I would share these things with you because I really think they are all pretty straightforward, they all make sense, and I think you'll agree once I go over them with you. So the first thing that I want to talk about is your reads. When you're running your offense and where you pass the ball, how you pass the ball, and what formation your opponent is in, you can recognize it on where to throw the ball. That's the whole thing. If you know you're running an out route and it's a deep blue against you with no cloud flat supporting it, you know you're going to be able to make that out route as soon as you see him back out. You just have to be able to recognize that right away. Or likewise, if you see that corner's in some sort of a cloud flat and some sort of a cover 2 defense against you right away, you know you're not going to be able to hit that out route, not without some kind of weird low pass right on the route glitchiness or some sort of C route that's breaking on it in a weird way and you're high pointing it. You just start to recognize these tendencies, and once you see them from the line of scrimmage or as soon as the play develops and you recognize where you can put the ball or where you can't, and you start to playmaker them into those open areas away from the zone, that's really when you know your reads are on the next level and what you need to be looking towards if you're not doing it already. The second area where you need to focus on, the second skill, is your run stick. Now the run stick, of course, when you're running the ball, so imperative. You don't want to hit the trigger right away with the speed burst. You want to wait until you hit the open field to hit the trigger and hit that speed burst because it gives you much better control over your movements before you've hit the speed burst. But it's not just in the run game where it's key to know how to move your stick and when to juke or when to spin or when to run stick or when to truck with the stick. But you can use these things on the kickoffs, if you intercept the ball, after your receptions on offense with your wideouts and tight ends and running back to the backfield, those yards after catch, using those run skills to get to the open field are huge. I just have played some games recently where when my opponents were able to do that and avoid my tackles, it is so huge. I feel I'm pretty strong at not overcommitting, so when someone can get me to do that on a passing play, it's pretty impressive and takes the next level of run skill or run stick skill. And I mean, there's definitely times when I'm able to do that to my opponents as well, but it's still something that I'm always working towards. I think the place where I'm the best at it is out of the backfield running the ball. On kick returns, I've been really great with it, and on interceptions, when I'm running back with the ball, that's where you can really start to separate your opponent, and on, of course, punt returns as well. So just really mastering the run stick and using that skill stick to your advantage is going to help you take your game to the next level. Because this year, the run is overpowered. Next year, it might not be, but your skill stick can still be OP. Okay, the third skill we're going to talk about is the user ability. If you can dominate the middle of the field, shut down routes, recognize the routes that your coverages aren't gonna be able to play, and take them out by yourself, that's a huge advantage. That's what separates people. This was supposed to be the year of the user. It definitely wasn't, but every year, user skill is a skill gap, and you will be a better player and you will win more games if you are focusing on having a better user, getting those user lurks, clicking on and picking it off, clicking on and getting the sacks, clicking on and laying the hit sticks. Having an active user is huge, and it will only make you better the more you focus on it and the better you get at it. That's a fact. So the next thing I'm going to talk about on defense is the adjustments that you make. Knowing when to cloud flat, knowing when to hard flat one side, knowing when you need to invert or adjust to the outside thirds, or put your linebacker in a deep blue, or when not to put your linebacker in a deep blue, when to spy. All those different adjustments that you need to make in the game and as the game changes are so key. You can really only learn by doing them, and from specifically in the game, your opponent's tendencies. You have to start to notice if they are checking down to the flats on the right side, then you're probably going to want to send a hard flat on that side, where you may need the cloud flat on the other side to shut down some sort of out route he has going on that side. Whatever you might be seeing through the game, the adjustments that you make are key to your success, because there is the game within the game. Is it starts off one way, you see what your opponent's doing, and they see how you're calling it, and then you adjust to those things. Who wins that adjustment? And then usually in the second half, there's another adjustment that's going to happen, so there's a third game, and it's who can win those adjustments that can often win the game, to be honest, because they're seeing it on the next level. It's like when you're playing chess and you're a few steps ahead. That's really what you want to be. Madden is a chess game, and those adjustments are the special moves of the chess pieces, if anything, because you have more control over what they do than you ever do in a chess game. And the last skill that you need, and I'm just picking this up now here a little bit later because I had my camera battery die on me. The last skill that you need is your play calling, both on offense and on defense. Being able to pick the play at the right time and to be aware of what your opponent is doing, anticipating it, and calling the right play, both on offense and on defense, is so huge, and just another way where you can take control of the game and just get those wins by doing that. So those are my 5 skills that I think if you can really focus on each one and implement better practices in all of them, you're going to find yourself doing a lot better moving forward. So thanks a lot for checking out the video today. I've been Time Bomb. You guys have been awesome. Hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you later.